Hello darlings, my name is MiBo and welcome to Locked Souls, a visual novel by Liam. Frostworks, I'm gonna leave that in there, along with this one, so that you guys can go ahead and email the creator if you want to. Now this is a demo, so I'm not sure how long it is, and I will have all the links in the description below, so that you guys can download it too. And I'm gonna go ahead and let this thing play, because I want to see all the characters, and I want to share all the characters with you guys. So, from what I gather, visual novels are a book of sorts, and there's software for it to make, like RPG Maker. So I'm really excited for this because, you know, Caitlin Barstow's in it, and she's the voice from North Hollow Grove. So we'll see if we can find her somewhere in here. And again, I am going to look for all the links to voice actresses, put them in the description box so you guys can check them out too. And I love this music. It's so jazzy. Awesome. The creator's also going to be, her Twitter's going to be in the link in the description box below with the link to her Twitter. So you can follow her. This is some awesome music. I really like this music. Oh, it's so exciting. I've been amped for this for a while now. Okay. I am re-recording this because something happens for whatever details. We're gonna do this. I love the artwork too. It's so like soft. The lines are soft. They're not harsh. There's gonna be some orange and blue blacks on here. I just know it. I just know it. This looks really fun. If I have a lot of fun with this, I'm probably gonna do more like this. Okay, let's go. New game. Slow. Oh, I gotta click it. I'm gonna try to do a guy's voice. I'm gonna try. Here I am. Starting my first day of a job that I never thought I would have gone for. I must have been insane to have ever considered it. Of all the possible jobs in the world I could have picked, I could have worked in a supermarket, or have been a janitor, or anything but this. But apparently fate had decided otherwise for me. It had come down to either accepting this job, or losing my apartment and starving to death. And trust me, I really did think hard about making the latter decision. Great! Just great. I muttered to myself, giving my uniform one last look over. The dull white shirt is stiff and the label itches incessantly at the back of my neck. It almost feels as if they made this uniform from whatever spare scraps of cardboard they might have had lying around, the black work trousers equally as rigid. It's a miracle I can even move at all. You all ready to go, then? Remember, you've got to keep your wits about you and always keep a watchful eye. It gets wild in there sometimes. I nod. The older woman's kindly face does little to dispel the doubts I have about this whole thing. This is a bad idea. It's a terrible idea. What the hell am I thinking? I throw a glance behind myself, wondering if it isn't perhaps too late to back out. But I've come this far already and have done all the mandatory training. I have to see it through to the end. The large iron bars impeding my path open before me, a bell ringing to announce my presence. It might as well have been a bell that signified dinner is ready for those that lie on the other side. I swallow hard and take a deep breath. I need to put on a brave face. They feed on weakness here. I need to assert myself and show no fear. Otherwise, I'm as good as dead. With one last longing look at the outside world behind me, I take my first shaky step into where I'll be working for the foreseeable future. This is green. Ah, it's so pretty. I had already known what to expect. But I still couldn't prepare myself for the sight that lies before me. A prison. I had actually signed up to work in a prison. A damn prison! A wide array of cells stretched before me, filling either side of the expansive corridors that seemed to go on forever. There must be at least several hundred of the cells, each one housing someone that has been condemned by society, deemed unfit to live a normal life. These are dangerous people. Some have even taken lives. And who is expected to keep a watchful eye and guard over them? Me! Yes, as of today, I am now a prison guard. Me. A guard. Perhaps the least intimidating person on Earth who hasn't even been in so much as a playground scrap. And I'm going to be keeping bloodthirsty criminals in check. Clearly, I've made some wrong decisions in my life that led up to this eventual moment. But with the way the job market is these days, I was lucky for even this place to be willing to hire someone with as little experience as me. This is a last, desperate resort to hold on to a stable job and to continue living a comfortable lifestyle. The pay is good enough, but, well, I guess money will mean nothing if I don't come out of this alive. The cacophony of raucous and feisty inmates fills the air, an assortment of disgruntled shouts and yells coupled with the general noise of activity giving off a hostile air. They're still all locked firmly in their cells, and already I'm beginning to feel the fear set in. I dread to think what things might get like when they're finally allowed to roam free during their free period. I can't let that fear show, though. They'll exploit my weakness and get me when my guard is down. I need to be wary of them at all times. Staring straight forward and trying my best to avoid eye contact with the dozens of criminals that light up both sides, I begin walking forward, step after heavy step. Thankfully, they started me off easy today, and all I have to do is simply patrol the perimeter and report anything suspicious. Armed with a stun gun, a baton, and a brief half-hour crash course on how best to use them, I'm at least somewhat capable of defending myself if the situation calls for it. I just hope it will never come to that. The sensation of being within a prison feels so alien, like I've stepped into an entirely new world. A harsh world of metal bars and limited freedom, where all of the country's hate and violence has been concentrated into one small facility. What could possibly go wrong with something like that? I continue my first ever patrol of the area, the cells seeming to stretch almost infinitely ahead of me, the walk never ending. I can feel hundreds of criminal eyes staring at me. All their anger and hate for the world directed solely at me, the one who is supposed to keep them in check. I try my best not to meet the burning gazes of all those around me, my steps becoming all the more heavier as I try to keep myself from shaking. I struggle to keep my breathing in check, each breath becoming more difficult than the last to inhale. I'm barely 10 minutes into this job, and already I'm losing it. Keep it together, damn it! I throw another foot forward, wanting nothing more than to get to the other side of the corridor and escape the relentless stares, but something stops me in my tracks. Someone. Without thinking, I carelessly let my gaze drift into one of the cells and straight into the eyes of an inmate. Piercing jade eyes and flowing raven hair, a woman sits on the edge of her bed within her cell, her intense eyes focused purely on me. I freeze up completely. What little breath I have is stolen away. My mind goes completely blank. She's beautiful, her features absolutely flawless. Skin devoid of any imperfection, not a single stray hair out of line against her silky hair that falls past her shoulders. It's no wonder my attention was drawn to her. Her almost regal appearance clashes entirely with the dreary gray backdrop of the prison, not to mention the dull prison outfit she's wearing. I try my best to wrench my eyes away from her before I maybe offend her in some way, not wanting to cause trouble on my first day. But it's completely impossible. She has me enraptured, rooted to the spot. Slowly a sultry smile spreads across her delicate face, our eyes still firmly locked. A smile that stirs my heart and threatens to burst it. I'm not sure just how long that silent exchange between us lasted, but with a sudden flutter of her gaze, her gaze flickering elsewhere, the spell is broken and I can finally move again. My face drenched in sweat, I waste no time in hurrying from her cell, still not sure exactly what I'd just experienced. My heart only just settling down, I continue to march along the corridor, the end finally in sight. The door handle is just within my grasp. I stretch a shaky hand out to finally escape this maddening corridor, but yet again my eyes carelessly flit to a cell just bordering the exit. This time there is no opposing stare to meet that of my own curious eyes, but all the same I'm drawn to the cell. A girl sits in the dim, shadowy corner of her cell upon the gray floor. Her legs are tucked in, level with her shoulders, a large hardback book obscuring the majority of her face. Standing on the tips of my toes and peering over the book as much as I can just about make out a pair of red plastic-rimmed glasses and a head of short brown hair. I'm sure if I go closer to the cell, I'll be able to better make out her features. But why am I so determined to know? There's just something about this mysterious girl that pulls me in, almost in the same way the woman before her did. Carefully I creep towards the cell, as not to make any noise, almost if I were trying to sneak up on a timid woodland creature. My face almost touching the bars of the cell, I peer over once more, catching just a hint more of her youthful face. What I see truly shocks me. She's just a young girl, no older than 20. Dull eyes devoid of any emotion at all flicker from page to page of the book she's holding, the pages turning almost mechanically. How could someone so young have ended up here? She certainly doesn't seem threatening, with how she huddles herself up deep in the shadows. Surely there must be some kind of mistake. I open my mouth to call out to her, maybe, still not sure exactly what I could say, but I still want to at least talk to her. A hand slapping down on my shoulder from behind cuts me short before I can address the inmate, a less than manly gasp escaping from me.
Hey, are you the new guy? Luke, right?
Heaving a sigh of relief, I clutch a hand on my chest, my heart having almost leapt out of my mouth. Turning around, I'm greeted by a pair of sparkling blue eyes and a cheery grin from a fellow security guard. It's a nice change of pace from the hateful stares that surrounded me. Messy blonde hair falls from under her cap, stopping just a little past her ears. Her outfit is a mirror image of mine, the standard security guard look. Yeah, I'm Luke. My voice comes out in an embarrassing croak, still incredibly on edge from the hostile environment.
Oh, did I spook you? Sorry about that.
Concern flashes across my face. I guess it doesn't take a detective to figure out just how terrified I am of this whole place, the sweat on my face being a big giveaway. It's no problem. This place is just pretty intimidating. I give another glance across the endless hall of cells, the girl with glasses still fully absorbed in her book and paying no mind to our conversation.
Don't worry. You'll get used to it in no time. The first day is always the toughest. Just try not to let them get to you, okay?
Okay. She extends a hand in greeting, her face radiating warmth and kindness, making me feel just a little bit more at ease.
I'm Meg. It's nice to meet you, Luke.
I shake her hand after a moment of debate. Her grip is strong, overwhelming. I can almost feel my fingers begin to crush under the pressure before she finally releases them.
They asked me to give you a tour of the place. You know, before you started wandering aimlessly around and got yourself lost. Good thing I got you when I did, huh?
Yes. She looks as if she has more to say, but her bright eyes look past me and into the cell that houses the young girl, her face tensing up somewhat. Without warning, she takes a step toward me and drags me a good distance away from the cell by my arm. Oh, hey, what are you?
You don't want to get too close to that one over there.
She drops my arm, pointing her chin over the direction of the cell.
That girl over there? She's kind of a dangerous one.
What? Her? I blink in disbelief at the quiet girl reading her book within the shadows. Her? Dangerous? That's impossible.
I know it's hard to believe, but she's probably the most dangerous inmate here. I don't think it'd be a good idea to go near her cell again. Unless you really have to. She's here for life, you know. Probably no chance of her ever being let out.
A life sentence? What could someone like her have done to deserve something like that? May pulls a grim expression.
You don't recognize her from the news? Come on, it was all over the TV and papers for months.
I think hard for a moment. I never really did keep up on any of the world's happenings. I pretty much live in my own bubble and that's it. When is the last time I've seen the news anyway?
That's a no then, huh?
She sighs dramatically. Alright, I can save right here. That's awesome. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and save here. And I'll leave the rest for next time. It's probably gone on a lot longer than it should have. But, all in all, I'm actually enjoying this a lot for the first visual novel I've ever done. So I really enjoy this. I love the music, the art style. I know virtually nothing about visual novels, so again, this is really, really fun. And again, all of the links are going to be in the description box below, with the developer, the demo download, the voice actors if I can find them, so you guys can follow them and see what's going on. Now, I do know that these are not set in stone, things can change, but for now, this is pretty awesome. I'm gonna play this whole thing, because this is really cool. I want to try to do more like this. This is awesome. Yeah, this is really fun. I like this. I like it a lot. And I'm glad you can save anywhere. That's really cool. That's a neat feature that I like. So, all in all, this is fun. I'm having a blast. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, hit it, have a comment or suggestion, then put it in the box below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Alright then? Next time, more Lost Souls. Yeah, by Liam. Caitlin Berso plays May, in case you noticed. Alright? Alright, we got all that? Good. Bye-bye now.